Hello. Today I'm going to be going over some of the Python programs I first wrote when I was learning how to program in college. We're going to be going through this repo, Python programming, you can find on my GitHub. The first assignment, we have a couple different programs, and I'll run through them together with you on the terminal. So the first one was just the basic hello world, where we're just printing out something. So let's go ahead and run that. You see it prints out hello world. And we can look through the code real quick. It's basically just doing a print. For the area, we're asking the different length and width of a rectangle. So let's do the same. You see here that we get the same output in the PDF. Basically what we're doing there is we're taking in user input, and we're just calculating some math. Next we have table. Basically the same exact thing as area, but this time the math's a little bit different. We'll enter the same stuff. You can see we get the same output. So let's look through that real quick. Just enter everything and calculate it out. You can read through more of the PDF later to see what they're really asking. Here is triangle. We're going to enter 10. It basically prints out asterisks. 10 different lines. Each line increases in the number of asterisks it prints out until it reaches 10. The next program is the Quadratic Formula. Once again, basic math. Just learning the syntax of Python was the real challenge of this program. And now we're going to do sums. We're going to enter n, and so we're going to turn the sum of squares in this formula format right here. Read through that, and that's basically it. Look through the code a little bit more. We look at sums. We're using the sum_pal, which is a function we wrote right here, and the quadratic formula. That's basically it. Hello, and here we're going to be going through a couple more Python programs that I wrote when I was first learning how to program. So let's check this out. We've got findwords.py. Basically we're going to be entering a sentence and going through and parsing it and getting rid of any kind of special characters. So let's look through the code real quick. Basically we're going through a sentence and replacing any special characters with just a regular space. This can easily be done with a dot replace function. I didn't know that back when I was first learning how to program, and that's how I would approach it now. But let's just see it in action. What's your sentence? We'll enter the same one. And we can see that it's replaced all the special characters with just regular text, like in the example. The next one is radio.py. Basically we have pairs of censored words that we'd like to replace a bad meaning with a more accepted meaning or connotation. Then we'll have a sentence that we enter that will be replaced with a more pleasant one instead at the bottom. So let's look at the code real quick. As you can see, we just go through the words, and then for each word in the censored words we're going to replace them and print out the new sentence at the end. Let's just use the example. Why not? How many words? 3. Let's see if I can type everything correctly here. Here's our sentence that has a bunch of mean words in it that we're going to replace. And you can see that our new sentence is a little bit nicer. The unpleasant, confident bully yelled at bulky people. Alright, so now we're going to be going to this next one, which is invite. This is actually rewriting a C program that we wrote in the same class earlier, which is taking in 2 different sizes of packages at different prices and seeing the best combination that you should purchase so you save as much money as possible. This is kind of what it looks like. You'll put in the cost of a small package, a large package, and how many invitations you want to send out for your wedding, and you'll be able to calculate what you want to purchase. So let's do the same exact thing. You can see we should get 1 small, 1 large, with the total being 201.98. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and close this out. So search.py was actually really fun. This basically generates a 10 by 10 grid on an XY coordinate axis and picks a special random integer for both x and y, and you try and guess it, and it tells you whether you need to move a specific direction in the north, east, south, or west. So this will be a little bit of guesswork. Let's look at the code real quick. And you can see we basically take in the x and y, and then based on that we have different cases for the directions. And at first we just randomly generate the 2 numbers. So let's go ahead and see if we can guess. Let's start with 1, 1. Northeast. Makes sense. Keep going. Alright, so now we only need to move north. This means that the x is probably good, and we guessed it. In 6 guesses, we got the secret location of x being 5 and y being 6. Alright, and the last one that we were doing is my turtle. Turtle is basically something that we can use to draw, and my first drawing that I used with turtle was actually making a little triangle. The program that I wrote actually draws my name out, and I decided to keep the triangle in there just for fun. This is kind of what I did. I have a function for each letter of my name based on what position it needs to be into, and the main function just moves the cursor over, picks up the pen, moves it over, puts it down, and draws each letter as a function. And then I draw the triangle at the end for fun. Why not? So let's go ahead and see how this looks. You can go ahead and see it's drawing my name really quickly, and then exits out. So let's see that one more time, and I'll put that over here. And there we have it. And those are some Python programs that I first wrote when I was starting to learn how to program. Thanks.